Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for coming to see what I'm up to down here in Cornwall. Probably a few months ago now, I said how I wanted to do something with this green area in front of the garden, make up a raised bed, and it's going to take me a while to sort out. But one of the suggestions of things I could plant in here was a grape or grapevine. Laura suggested that. I thought that's brilliant. But I wanted to get on and get it in. And like I say, it's going to take me a while to build up the bed and make the back of the fence and do something along the front. So I thought, in order to be able to get the grapevine in, what I've done is I've took a bucket. I'll tell you what, let's take it off a tripod and go and have a look, shall we? Right, so like I said, it's going to take me a while to get all this sorted, and I wanted to get this grapevine in. And also, from what I've read about planting grapevines, they don't want to be in the wet too much. They want nice drained soil with a bit sandy and a slightly high pH. That's what I've found out about it. So what I've did, just so I can get going, I found this rock, stuffed it up on its end, and then I got a 75-litre bucket, cut the bottom out of it, and below where it sat, I give that a really good dig over to break up the clay underneath, mixed in some horse manure, and then put the bucket on top of that. Then I filled it with a peat and quite sandy soil mix to give it good drainage. Just behind, just to start making up the bed, I filled that up with compost, and we've got some of this Aragon, is it Mexican daisy? I rescued that from a hedge that was being taken down locally, and I've put that in there. So hopefully that will cascade over the rocks and start looking nice. And also in behind, I've planted up a load of bulbs. So that's what we got. The grapevine was from Bare Roots Plants, and the variety's Supernova. So I gave it a bit of a watering last night, and all I'm going to do is take it out the pot, dig a big hole in my bucket, put in some mycorrhizal, and then plant my grapevine. And then eventually what you'll do is put some brackets in the post, run some wires across, and then we can train it up through there, through the fence. I don't know whether to carry it on up through or whether to bring it along the top of that wooden fence. I mean, I can always make that wooden fence a little bit higher. So that's what we're going to do. So let's crack on and get this thing planted. And if you've got any advice on grapes, grapevines, let me know in the comments, because I'm new to this, so I'm keen to learn anything I can. Right, let's get this in the ground. Right, well, this should be pretty straightforward. Just me, don't fall over. Dig a big hole. Like I say, nice sandy mix, because they like, well, from what I've read, I mean, it's the first time I've done it, so I'm just doing what I've been told, and it sort of makes sense. So that's what we're going to do. It's a really nice free draining bit of soil compost mix. Like I say, a little bit acid, I believe that's what they like. Stick in a good dusting of mycorrhizal. This is the Q4 rootmore. I've had some good results with that, with different things. Right, tip this out the pot. That's pretty straightforward, isn't it? That's a little bit deep, I think. I don't think I want to plant it any deeper than where it is now. So chuck a bit of soil in the bottom. A bit more mycorrhizal, because the mycorrhizal, well, actually let's chuck some over the roots if I can't break them. Mycorrhizal needs to be in contact with the roots to work. That's the whole sort of point of it. Hey, oh, Johnny, here we go. Just chuck that in there. In the pot, it's still a bit low, but what I can do is bring in, rather than put back in what I took out, give it a good firming down. Just like that. I'll take a bit more out so that soil around it isn't higher than the plant itself. There we go. That's the first part of this new bed. First bit put in. Like I say, I'll put some fastenings in the concrete, and then we'll quietly train it back towards there and then along the fence. Right, well, that's that done. If only everything was as easy as that. Right, I'll just show you sort of what my plans are, and then if you want to follow along and see what I'm up to, it'd be great to have you join me even. Right, I'll take you off the tripod now. Right, so that's the grapevine planted, and like I say, this is just the very beginnings of a new bed that's going to be here where the grass is. And my thinking is I'm going to board up the lower half of this fence right across, and then put some damp-proof membrane there just to protect it a bit. And then through here, anybody's been watching along, I've got a big waste soil heap here, and that's what came out of the holes when I built the polytunnel. And my thinking is to use that in the base of the bed, just to use it up, and then I can fill it with a soil compost mix. And then I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm thinking something at the front. I don't really want to use timber. I'd like to do something a bit funky just to give it a bit of interest. So if anybody's got any great ideas for the front of the bed to hold the soil in, I'd much appreciate that, because I like to hear new ideas and new ways of doing things. Over here, I've planted up a load of bulbs in pots, because I wanted to get them in before it was too late. And I've planted up the bulbs in the pots, and my thinking is, once this area is done, I can then put the pots in the bed. That way it'll give me a bit of spring flowers come the spring, and they're in the ground already, ready to go in. All right, so any other ideas of what I can put in here to make things look interesting and pretty as we come into the garden, be much appreciated. Right, well, that's it. I'd best get on and actually start building this thing. Nice day today. The weather's not so good tomorrow, so let's crack on with this outside stuff. I won't film this. I'll bring you back and have a look, obviously, at a later date. But I've got to get on, haven't I? Things to do. Busy boy. Right, well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Cheers and go on.